Welcome to the Recap Lunch Hour with Guff. Nice feedback. Welcome to a Monday edition of the program. And you're going, oh boy, where's he coming from? I'm going to try to do this over two different ways. Guff coming to you from 1043 The Score. I'll be hopping on with Matt Spiegel this afternoon. Spiegs and Holmes. I'm sitting in for Lawrence Holmes with my guy Spiegs on the score. We're going to have zero fun whatsoever. And looking forward to having some of you maybe along for the ride too. This is all brought to you by Hooters, originalhooters.com. Visit one of the 11 Chicagoland locations near you. Order.hooters.com. Have it delivered straight to your office, straight to your door. Slide by, pick it up after work. You know the drill. And an absolute, while I, of course, my computer, I forget the power cord from the computer gets left behind. And here we are. But that incredible USA game against Canada yesterday, it's been talked about at length here for the last 24 hours or so. We'll talk about it this afternoon on the score, too. 2-1. As good as it gets. I want to get to your comments right away here because I'm going to go through as many as I can before I lose power here and have to use the phone. But to Eric's point, what an unbelievable game yesterday between USA and Canada. Miracles do happen, but also what a way to end the Olympics as well with a gold medal for the first time in 46 years. I'm 46. I'm not afraid to say that out loud. So what an incredible, to the day moment of 46 years after the U.S. celebrates their big win in 1980 in Lake Placid. They get it done. Regarding spring training, it's just getting rosters finalized, who's going to be on the opening day roster, and both teams so looking forward to opening day at the end of March. Finally, regarding the Bears, this is the start of a new season with the NFL Combine. Looking forward to seeing what the Bears do in free agency in these next 2 months. Landon, brewing some tea instead of beer money. How about TCAP, sponsored by your favorite tea brand? That's pretty good. Jordo, yes, right here on the show, talking about how the U.S. gets it done, winning 2-1. Good afternoon, Kyle. That game between the Canada and the U.S. was amazing. Haven't been that emotional about a game since Game 7 in 2016. Hope they can do it again in 2030. USA. That's what made it so special, too. So you got to wait 4 more years. And it was the first time since 2014 that they had NHL players back in the game. Kyle, awesome that both men and women's hockey brought back the gold. The arch rival is the icing against the arch rival is the icing on the cake. My guy Brett Guff, Chicago Bulls finished. They should tank the rest of the season. Finally, Brett, you're hopping on board. What they should do, they should tank the rest of the year and try to win the lottery. Pick the help. What's it say? Pick the help. The front office should get better players. 100%. Kyle, candidate for the stat of the day. Tyler Reddick became the first driver since 2009 to win the first 2 races of the NASCAR season. Way to go, Tyler and team. MJ gets yet another win. I'm on board with keeping politics out of sports. So it was, let's say, odd seeing a politician chugging beers in the locker room with the USA players. Yeah, that was the director of the CIA. That doesn't make certain people feel good. And, I don't like it either. I think you don't mesh the two together, so it was weird. Landon, I can also support the tea idea. Can't drink alcohol, but tea is a beverage that I enjoy. Jess also says Team USA was great to watch, and Chicago Blackhawks are on their way to greatness. Bulls are terrible. You and Cap need to start featuring more Blackhawk coverage, especially after the Team USA win. It would have been awesome if Connor Bedard was on the ice, wouldn't have? Thanks, Cap and Guff, for watching the Bulls so we don't have to. Wake me up when they care about winning a title back in the 90s. You're going to be sleeping for quite a while. Michigan versus Duke was an amazing game as well. Duke proving once again why they're a dynasty team getting ready for the start of March Madness and the WBC coming up. Michael Conforto, a minor league deal to the Chicago Cubs, as Becky said. What's going on? Blackhawks are still building a constant playoff contender. You see glimpses, but they still need improvement. Jumping ahead. Hey, Kyle, agreed, but Chicago needs to get in on the ground floor. This is better than 24 Bears. Look what happened that year. They became electric. My guy, Rick, aloha. I got up at 3 a.m. to watch the men's hockey game. I was excited to watch that game as I was to watch Steph Curry perform his magic in the Olympics. USA. Thank you, Becky. Interesting move by the Cubs. Definitely glad to hear you're doing better, Becky, for sure. 99% better. That's even better. Yeah, where is the real Phil Simms these days? We haven't heard from him as much. There's Lip, USA Hockey. What a moment for our country. It's our game. A lot of whining from those Canadians. A lot of whining. from the Canadians. There's the real Phil Simms. Ask, you shall receive. Congrats on Team USA winning the gold medal. Canada may have the star power, but the U.S. was the better team. Cam was the best goalie of the tournament. Hallebuck was, it was unbelievable. Standing on your head is not even the term for what he was doing. Cubs are getting bugs out. That's what spring training is for. Not concerned at all with them. If this was regular season, I'd be concerned. The White Sox must be getting the bugs out too, getting the wins with it. Duke, Michigan definitely had a Final Four appeal on Saturday. Wouldn't surprise me if they should meet again in April. Sox smashed the Cubs. I know it's spring training, but I always love seeing that for sure. And the way they did, they just are playing a fun brand of baseball. McDavid was named MVP of the Olympics for men's hockey. He can have that title. We'll take the gold medal all day, every day. Lip. Hockey is the best sport for playoffs. Whoop, I lost you. Hockey is the best sport for playoffs, finals, best on best tournaments. Other sports are not even close. Looking forward to Nicholas giving us some insights at the combine. The computer's being all wanky on me now. I think it's going to die here. Interested to see who the Bears interview when they have one-on-one time with players attending. Hopefully they're talking to linemen and defensive players as well. Shishwan, happy Gold Medal Monday, my friend. Same to you. Same to you. Mike Tirico's sign-off after the men's game was amazing. I know we don't talk politics here, but it was a great unifying thoughts. He hit the nail right on the head about what great sports can do for all. Very well said, Alan. And very well said by Tirico. It was absolutely fantastic. Love the poll question today. Personally, international tournaments are how I've rekindled my love of certain sports after losing interest in previous years. World Cup, WBC, and now Olympic hockey. Landon. Our Chuck Garfine is teaching Murakami some important White Sox English words, starting with South Side. Jess says, what time? I'll be on from 2 to 6. Jess, 2 to 6. Sis1 says, I'm right there with you. You would think a certain federal investigator has his hands pretty full right now, but not full enough to drink light beers. Yeah, I know. It was weird. My guy Ralph, the best in the business. There he goes. There goes the computer. Another busy Indy weekend, NFL Combine, boys high school state swim championships, and who knows what else. Where did I lose him? Here. So now I'm back down here to the phone. Oh, boy. I just lost my guy Ralph's comment. Hang on. I have to go all the way down here now. I just lost my comments. This is the problem when you get to this point in the show. And who knows what else. Let's go. We're going to keep politics out of sports for sure. ESPN 1000 did move into the Chicago Bank of Trade. Alan, what do we got here? What does Kevin Warren do for the Bears except collect paychecks? Fair, but it sounds like the state of Illinois and the Chicago Bears are back to having some conversations. My guy Pablo, the locker room at my gym has a big screen TV. When they scored, the locker room went nuts. Granted, it was mostly elderly people that early on a Sunday morning at the gym, but so awesome. USA, baby. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. There's my guy, Aloha. Good afternoon. Joining you from Talking Stick. Aloha down in Arizona, taking in some spring training. I've seen his Twitter account this weekend full of Arizona sun and fun, which I miss. For sure. What do we got for my guy, Eric? Candidate for stat of the day. Caleb has 28 touchdown passes, 8 picks in his first 21 games of the NFL career. The best by number 1 overall pick in NFL history. Huh. Interesting. A lot of people were hammering him. Kyle, watched Miracle before the game yesterday. Do you believe in miracles? Yes. That was so great. Sishwan, this is really well done. The Rock Chalowski train rolls on. 6 home runs in 35 plate appearances, 6 home runs in 7 games. He cannot be drafted by the White Sox quick enough. I mean, think about that. What he's going to do. The White Sox getting the number 1 pick when a guy like that's available. I'm not a hockey guy, says Corey. I'm happy for them and happy to be part of history. That could be fine. You could do both of. You could be happy for people without being a fan. McDavid can't win the big one, says Roger. I think the Canadians today are saying a lot of that type of stuff. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride for Connor McDavid. Damn good hockey player, though. Had a really good chance to take matters into his own hands and win the game. Just glad there is a Sox versus Cubs rematch on Sunday. Wish the Dodgers versus Cubs matchup could be viewed, but it's spring training. I love that the White Sox got the first. Like there was so much Sox and Cubs, and then they beat them. There's no one says anything. Our Chicago, you and Cap were saying that the Winter Olympics are boring. Do you take that back? Absolutely not. The gold medal game was absolutely fantastic. It was a great hockey game, no doubt about it. With the Olympics as a whole, no. I mean, if you didn't watch for 2 weeks and then watch that one game, that's all you needed. Jess, I'll listen in support you. Thanks, Guff. Thank you, Jess. You're the best. Roger, what do we got? Roger, the game with minimal ads was sweet and no ads on the boards. So that thing was just stripped down to the studs. It was actually, to your point, Roger, was actually a lot of fun to watch. Roger can win some, or some can win and some can't. McDavid has had plenty of chances, but his career is far from over. He did get the game winner for the Four Nations tournament. Look, you don't lose all by yourself. You don't win all by yourself. McDavid did have a couple of great chances to win the hockey game, but so did his teammates. Olympic hockey was awesome for the USA, says Clyde. Amen to that. Hockey, sport or activity, will we ever know? That's funny, Nathan, going back to last week, talking about curling being a sport or an activity. That is definitely a sport, my friend. We know that. That's funny. Landon says, say hi to Grody for me. Throw him a fugitive quote while you're at it. That's true. There's nobody who does a better fugitive than Mark Grody. Kyle says, expecting some big recap plugs on the show today. Looking forward to listening to you, my dude. I appreciate that. You know I'm going to go in there, plug in the recap. Aloha. Not the biggest skating fan, but the routine that Lou performed was incredible. If you didn't see it, you should definitely check it out. Yeah, I'm also not, but I did see that she won. I just had my guy. Hang on. Aloha. Where are we at? Here you go. When are you getting out here? And if you saw my tweets from Saturday night, I had an interesting conversation. Okay, so we need to discuss. I won't be out there anytime soon. I'm not a Sox fan, but do the Sox make the playoffs as a wild card, or do you think the following year they make the playoffs? I don't think they make it this year. I hope that I'm wrong. I like their style that they're playing out there, though, and let a loud yes in my hotel room from the Golden Goal. Aloha, we need to chat offline, my friend. Sounds like we need to chat offline. Jess, if you and Cap are in the office later in the week, I would love to hear both of your opinions on what you want to see Sunday from the Sox and Cubs at this point in the season. I think we'd probably need to do our Q&A this week. And I'll figure out which day that we'll have our guy, Nick, join us as well. Nathan, 2023 Junior College D2 Baseball Player of the Year, Natty Champ Sam Antonacci hit an absolute piss rocket off of Jameson Taillon in his first ABA spring training. And not just that, he pimped it by that flipping that thing. Well done with all the stats, the Junior College Player of the Year. Kyle, not the biggest. Oh, yeah, we already put that one up. Sorry about that, Kyle. I jumped around here for a little minute. Lip, the boys with Johnny Hockey Kids on the ice. Amazed. Oof, that was Johnny Gaudreau. His kids on the ice, the jersey, his parents in the stands crying. That's what sports are all about, man. The big difference, says Rick, between 1980, 2026, and 2026 was the 80 team had young college players versus seasoned adult. Well, we all know that, okay? We all know that, but this was the first Olympics since 2014 where we had NHL players. And that's just the way that the sport evolved and the way the sport is now. It still took 46 years in order. We shouldn't be mad that we won the gold medal. Jeremy, listening to Cubs baseball at 2, but also now I'm listening to Guff. That's why we have 2 ears. Oh, that's awesome. Appreciate you. Guff, are you plugging the recap lunch hour on the score today? Thanks for the show. I think we should. I should say, the people have spoken. Sichuan, think playoffs is still a bridge too far in 26. AL East alone might send 4 teams. Yeah, it's going to be really hard to make the wild card out of the AL Central. Can USA Baseball do that in the World Baseball Classic? Clyde, good question. I think they can. Oh, hi, Cap. I like that. Hi, Cap. My guy. Let's go to, you know where we should go? I wish I could meet Cap right now. It'd be great to see Cap at a place like Hooters. Let me lose my lower third here. Hooters, the best place for lunch and lunch specials. No one has better lunch specials for $9.99 or less than Hooters. You can get the OG wings, the boneless wings, The hamburger, cheeseburger, a Godfather staple. The black and chicken Caesar salad, all for $9.99 or less. The drink of the month, $8 the rest of the month. The last week of February already. Can you believe that? Let's go. No more February. That means spring is right there, baby. It's right around the corner. But until then, you can get the vodka, strawberry lemonade, Tito's handmade vodka, strawberry puree, $8. The remainder of the month. The best place to get together to watch the game, the great food, the iconic Hooters Girls. Hooters, originalhooters.com. Visit one of the 11 Chicagoland locations near you. Order.hooters.com. Have it delivered straight to your office, straight to your door. Slide by. You don't want to go, you don't want to cook tonight. Slide by, pick it up afterwards. No big deal. Oh, hi, Katie. It's not Cap, it's Katie. Katie, you should run these comments for me then, because I'm down to my phone here. My computer, guess what? I pulled a cap. I didn't bring the charger's not in my bag. So my computer died, and I'm running the comments here. Members only Q&A. Kyle's been asking. Katie and I had to cancel it Friday for sure. Katie's going to be at the combine all weekend long. All weekend long. Oh, here come the hello Katies. I know what happens here. Aloha says Sox win 77 to 78 plus and playoffs in 27 if there's a season. I agree with the 27 comment for sure. Got to get yourself a handle, Katie. We all kind of are under the same moniker. Yeah, she should sign in. Look at her. She's in the car going to Indy. Are you riding or are you driving? Are you with the other crew? Come on now. Drive safe, Katie is right. Drive safe to our buddy, Katie, who's going down to the Indianapolis Combine. Oh, here we go. The Katie is up and running. Let's go. Where is she? I don't see her. She's chatting, but she doesn't. Come on now, Pablo. Way to be a great producer, Katie. The duo of Guff and Katie are the best in the business. She's producing without punching up anything. Come on. Come on. Don't. Yes, I'm with Lip. Don't text and drive, Katie. What are you doing? What are we doing? Samuel, good luck on the afternoon show with Spiegel. When are you planning to have Ozzie Guillen on the podcast? Looking forward for the season to start next month. Ooh, Sam. I might have to reach out to my guy. Get him on. I like that idea. Ozzie on the podcast. We won't have any fun at all. Brett says, hey, Guff, the Bulls finished the tank and try to win a lottery pick. I know. They've almost won too many games. That's the problem. Flea Market says Sox are a long way from a wild card berth. This year it will be the A's. No, I will take that bet, Floppy. If you want to bet that, I will take that. No chance. No chance. No texting and driving. Look at the woohoo. Brett, I know I got your comment there, buddy. Katie, I'm driving myself. I'm getting gas. Don't worry. You're making us all worry. You want to get recap merch? There you go. We need to get some Katie merch. What would that look like? By the way, Katie's going on her big girls only to Miami trip this weekend. For those of you who joined the Q&A, you remember the dress code. Looking forward to. I told Katie we got to have some kind of content to come. Although my guess is that the girl she's going with, they are content queens. If you get Ozzy on the show, I'm happy to translate. Ozzy's a friend, man. I could hear what he's saying. Love that Katie is multitasking, fill up the car, and selling recap merch. Of course. Lip says Sox will have a better season than the A's. There's no doubt in my mind about that. Brett says, I think the Sox are going to be contenders this year, have a good roster, and the Cubs have a good roster also. I think the contenders for maybe I don't want to poo-poo the idea that the White Sox could be last year's Cincinnati Reds, as Brian Anderson always likes to say. Fill us in on Florida on the members only Q&A. I mean, she's going to need some time. I mean, I'm looking forward to the content that comes out of that. No shame in the old boot and rally, as Sichuan says. As we've talked about quite frequently here on the show, no shame in the boot and rally whatsoever. And then there she goes. I think she got nervous. She started to sweat a little bit. She says, okay, bye, everyone. This is about the time when some of you join for the recap bet of the day. I'm kind of mad about I'm looking around here, looking around the studios here. I don't see any available. And I left one in the car. Hang on. Let me see. Do I got anything? Do I got them? Do I got them? Damn it. I don't have them. because, folks, it's been that kind of run that we've been on right here. You know what I'm talking about. You guys know what the hell I'm talking about. You should also know who's playing tonight. Bet of the day, folks. Yet again, Miami of Ohio on Friday night. Easy cover, easy cash. We go to 11-5 in February, 67-52-1 today. And our friends from Texas take the floor today. Now, they did not cover over the weekend. They did not cover. The best team in the country against the number, Stephen F. Austin, did not cover. They're playing against Nichols. They did win the game. They are playing New Orleans today. I do imagine me here with my aviators on. I don't have them on because we're staying hot, folks. We're 24-11 in 2026. That number is insane. To go 24 out of 35 to start the calendar year is absolutely insane. Aviators aren't there, but Guff is on fire. Gave us another winner. Take that. Eric says the Yankin Law question of the day: who will be the Cinderella team in this year's tournament? I mean, maybe the team that I have up on the screen right now. Art says, do you think the Bears should build strictly from the draft or sign some smaller salary free agents? Both. I don't think that they can build defensive line strictly through the draft. I know what that is. I know what we're looking at that. Yeah, I am in my 670, the score. I'm actually in the 104.3 office, the 104.3. Yes. See, Lip Ripper knows. Stephen F. Austin minus 12. And he knows it's a set bet and forget. That's how good that they've been. And even if they don't win, oh, look at Aloha. Just ordered the black recap White Sox shirt. Look at you. My guy. Look at Guff. Got a glow up. The trimmed hair and face. Barber, give me the Matt Eber. Dude, no. Matt Eberflus is, I'm not taking, they don't even sell the Matt Eber fade anymore. It's like it's a clearance rack type thing. By the way, this is not, I've had this for a couple weeks now. All right. The VCU game pissed me off. I know. Remember, Friday night was a big night. Purdue, that was easiest money of the weekend. St. Louis, I don't know what happened to the VCU in the second half of that game. This is the Iron Eagle version of Guff. 24-11 is wild, and it's true. Everybody who follows this show, Mitch, I'm on a 24-11 run to start the 2026 year. I give you the bets, and I follow them up each and every day. We're 11-5 in the month of February. We were 13-6 in the month of January. So, yeah, you say this, Clyde. The Fighting Illini blew a 23-point lead. I saw it was the largest comeback ever against an AP top 10 team. Ever. No way. No way. The OG, Tim Folk, my guy, digging the LL Bean lumberjack shirt. First of all, this is the normal brand, my friend, not LL Bean. Okay. This is here. I can't find the patch. Normal brand. Just like you and me, Tim. Just two normal dudes, my friend. Good to see you. Thanks for checking in. My guy, Mitch. I'm going to start jumping on your bets. Oh, here we go. Now, here's what happens. Don't be pumped. Don't jump on. And then if we go like one, at some point, you got to know you're going to go 24-11. I'm not going to go 11-24, but let's see. I don't want to. You can't pick your poisons. You got to bet them every day. Just, hey, let's track that, my guy. Lip Ripper. Let's track the people who come in here and say, I'm going to start betting you now. I'm going to start following the trend. I want them to, but if we go like 0-3 to start the week, it's going to be we'll just call them the cooler, not the other way around. Katie, the correspondent from the Combine, she will be down there. Important question. Mitch, have you been hot or cold? That is an important question. That is actually very important question. Either way, we could. I'm down to ride the wave. All right, Mitch, hop on board. Stephen F. Austin has like 3 games left this year. They've been, I think they're 20-6 against the spread all year long. So now all I need is a peaky beard. You guys are so damn funny. Kyle, love listening to the score in HD now. Can't wait to hear Cubs games this regular season on the station. Go Cubs. Oh, Chef Paul. Chef Paul bets all my bets. I know that for a fact. Guff is the man. I appreciate you, Chef. Chef usually takes the money he wins from me, then he'll stop by and pick a scratch off ticket or two. Illinois still at number 10 in the AP poll. Yeah, I mean, look, that game was so ridiculous. 100 times they 90. You want a shirt? You got to go to Clark Street Sports, Mitch. Clark Street Sports. Go to the recap collection. Got plenty of stuff up there for you. All right, plenty of stuff. We're gonna have more too. Lip Ripper says, Mitch, Stephen F. Austin is auto bet, even if Guff doesn't pick it for bet of the day. Agreed. We've already determined that. Hi, Sex Machine. It's good to see you. Good to get you nice and lubed up for the show here. Mitch hasn't bet since the Super Bowl. Lip Ripper, you're going to track for me. I appreciate you. Clyde likes the Sox to win 75 games. All right. So, yeah, that's our bet of the day. Stephen F. Austin, 12.5. Especially, here's the other thing, by the way, about SFA. I love following them up after a non-cover. So I just like the spot. They're at home tonight. A non-cover, lock it in 12.5. 12.5. And of course, you guys, we're trying to end this. Well, I don't know if we're going to end the pandemic, the epidemic that's going on, and the mental health crisis for adolescents. But if you text recap 25 to 44321, you can help support Pause for Patrick's life-changing mission of putting therapy dogs in these facilities full time. They're at capacity, they're overflowing. Sometimes they bring in therapy dogs for 1 hour a day, once a week. No. Pause for Patrick, go to pauseforpatrick.org to learn more. They are trying to put dogs in these facilities full time to help counter the mental health crisis that's going on in our adolescents. They've helped over 30,000 adolescents since 2020, and we are proud to partner with Pause for Patrick here on the recap. All right, so if you want your dog to be dog of the day, which we do here, didn't have time for dog of the day today, you can send me an email, recapoffice@gmail.com, recapoffice@gmail.com. Send me a picture of your dog. Give me a little write-up, name, what type of breed, etc. All dogs are therapy dogs. Your dog can be dog of the day. Serious question from Tim Folk. Do crew offloading offseason, Freddie P outsmart the Cubs again, win the NL Central? They have a really good roster, Tim. Look, we know. Hang on. Ladder it if the game starts right. We know that the Brewers are always going to be there in the end. Their organization is different. Is a 670 on iHeartRadio? I feel like I should know that. I know it's on the Odyssey app. I'm not sure, but I don't know. Sorry, Lip. I can't help you there, pal. And I'll be off here before I'll be able to answer that for you. So take a look. 670 score, now 104.3 the score in Chicago. I'll be on with Matt Spiegel from 2 to 6. Join us 2 to 6. I'll have no fun. We'll talk a ton of recap. We'll talk a ton of baseball, some Olympic hockey, and more. And of course, you want me to talk Michael Conforto, that the Cubs signed him to a minor league deal? Whoopity-doo. Whoopity-doo. Interesting that the Cubs did over the White Sox. Always love being with you guys. You know that. We'll be back tomorrow for another edition of the Recap Lunch Hour. It's all brought to you by Hooters. OriginalHooters.com. Visit one of the 11 Chicagoland locations near you. Order.Hooters.com. Have it delivered straight to your office, straight to your door, or slide by and pick it up after work. Love you. We'll have a Cubs recap podcast with Cap and Gordon later on the channel. We'll have the recap rush hour later on the channel as we continue to bring you content, and then we'll have content. Check it out. Nick just dropped a new video as he prepares to go to the Combine all week. And we'll check in with Nicholas Moriano later this week here on the Lunch Hour. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Have a great rest of your day. If you have a chance, tune into The Score this afternoon. I'll be on with Matt Spiegel, sitting in for Lawrence Holmes on Spiegel and Holmes. Have a great rest of your day, everybody. See you later. Take that.